I have a confession to make. I've never been to Kisoro. Rather, I had never been to Kisoro. Seriously, for real. I've been to most parts of Uganda. I've been, I've traveled the length and breadth of Karamoja. I've been to Nemule. I've been to Zombo, where you cross a bit into Zombo. Those roads go around those hills. I've gone to islands in Lake Victoria. I've been to places. I've been to Bundi, I've looked through to Congo from there. But for some reason, I'd never been to Kisoro. I spent a night in Kabale one time, because I've been tracking gorillas in Bundi, so we spent the night in Kabale. I remember it rained that night, and when we left the next morning, it was really cold and it was misty, so that's what I remember. But I got a chance to go to Kisoro about 2 weeks ago. We're going to deliver some clothing, which was donated by the Rotary Club of Lugogo Mango Tree. We went with people from Kafomi. It's an NGO, that helps refugees. So after we distributed the clothes in Naki Valley, we drove to Kisoro. First of all, I was told, first of all, two things mainly: that it's very, very cold, and go crazy roads going up there. Stored by hairpins and spins and stuff, that makes your head spin when you go in there. So I said, okay, I'll wait and see what happens. So we drove from Barara in the morning, went down Tungamo, the scenery started really changing, all these high hills and, really, really nice stuff, green hills, with all these gardens on top of the hills going all around up to the top. Really scenic stuff. So before long we go to Kabale. We didn't stop there much. Just a bathroom break, and then we're on the way. We started climbing up. And I always thought that you get to Kabale and then you go up to Kisoro. But checking the topography map, apparently Kabale is higher than Kisoro, so I don't get it. But then to get to Kisoro, you have to pass some really crazy hills, so maybe that's why it's so. But then you go up and then you come down, then you keep going up and coming down. When you're going round and round and round those hills. But it was the road is fantastic. It's really, really well done. I just wonder what it was like before it was tarmac, I understand lots of buses used to go off the road and, go down there. Especially in the rainy season. I don't know, it must have been scary. Because even now, you go around this corner and there's this truck coming at you, man, and the way the trucks move, it's covering half the road. It can be a bit scary, but it was all right. It was a good ride. I finally got to see Lake Bunyonyi. I'd seen about 1 million pictures of Lake Bunyonyi, but I'd never seen it, so it was good. So we get to Kisoro. We visited the transit center, the refugee transit center, but most of all, and the border post at Bunagana. Okay, that time was still closed because the M23 rebels were on the other side, so we couldn't get too close to them. But we went there, we talked to the government officials at the border post, or the border crossing. But most of all, we saw those mountains closely. Muhabura, Gahinga, and Sabinyo. The three sisters, like I call them. Really awesome stuff. Really awesome stuff. It's what. Anyway. Okay, we got there, so I took pictures, of course. I took pictures of the mountains, and that night waited for the code, that famous Kisoro code, but it wasn't there. It wasn't cold. And for the next day, it was bright, it was sunny and it was warm, we all wore t-shirts. So, I'll have to go back sometime and experience that Kisoro coldness. But in any case, I'll definitely go back, because we had to leave early the next day. It's a 10-hour drive from there to Kampala, so we had to leave early. But I plan to go back, on a photo safari and just take my time, stop every kilometer if I have to and take pictures. I really, really would do that. That's my promise.